Alright, we're back again with another training vlog. Starting off day one, we always do dynamic effort log press. I'm doing this at about 9:30 at night. This week, my wife was off on a work trip, so no early morning workouts for me. Had to be able to take care of the kiddos, so doing this late at night. Did some dynamic effort at 2:10. Now we moved on to some push press rep work. I was supposed to do 3 sets of 4. Misread my program, thought I was supposed to do 3 sets of 5, and then ended up failing 2 sets. So that's why I'm like grumpy right here, because I thought I was misdoing it. But I actually was hitting my targets and got 1 extra. After that, we move into some log dips. This is 370 up on the log, and I've been doing these for a few weeks now, dipping, coming back down, trying to be explosive with it. The big priority here is making sure that my rack isn't falling down, even if I'm going into the, coming back down on the dip. Into day 2, we switch out power cleans every other week with these band assisted squats. They've been helping me tremendously rehab my adductor and just getting comfortable being back in that position and getting tension in my legs. Taking about 100-ish pounds is what I'm kind of thinking it's taking off at the bottom. So right here with about 335 on the bar, only doing about 225 at the bottom. And then I'm supersetting this with these Copenhagen plank dips. Just trying to, again, adding some tension into my adductor, hip complex, and then adding in a hold at the end. This is just how I've been mainly primarily rehabbing my adductor, and ever since I added these in, it's been getting a lot better. 385 here on the bar. On the last set, I was doing 5 sets of 3. I believe this is the last set, and I do it for a set of 5. Just because I was feeling it. It was feeling good. Wasn't feeling pain. There's a little tightness there still, but I don't let that be the deciding factor. Oh, this was set 4. So last set here, 385. Doing it for a set of 5. Sometimes you just got to feel it, and feel confident, feel strong in it. So after doing set of 3, felt really good. Move on to a set of 5 and go for it. And I'm also doing this beltless, which is pretty huge. During all the other weeks, November and December, that I was doing this, I was doing it with a belt. So everything's feeling really good with this, and you can see it as I go into my other things. So right here, we're moving into some pin good mornings. Last week I did them with the camber bar. Just like I rotate out the power cleans and the safety squat bar, band assisted squats, I'm also rotating between camber bar good mornings and safety squat bar good mornings. I feel like they hit me a little bit different, but they're both things that I need. So that's why I'm doing more of a rotation of them versus doing 4 weeks block of each. And also it's keeping me from beating on my neck. This SSB safety squat bar, great bar, but doing pin good mornings with it, I do feel like it gets after right where my neck and traps meet. Kind of beats on it a little bit if you don't hold the SSB just perfectly. And so I found just rotating that out has kind of helped not feeling as beat up in that top of my upper traps. And that's really important for when I've been doing a lot of log pressing lately, and that gets really tight. So this has been great, going well. All right, we're moving into day 3. This is a big day. I did a lot of movements in here. This portion of this video is going to be pretty long, just because I really dive into all my log presses. I had a pretty horrible log day here, but we'll get there. So first I started off with some snatches and just moving into hang snatches. Um, Nothing crazy. Just wanted to get moving, as I always do. Use snatches on upper body days to get us feeling better, get us moving. I like to use straps on the snatches, as I just don't want my grip to be the issue as to why I'm not feeling or not confident in my positioning in my snatch. And it's not even like that my grip is an issue. It just gives me a lot more confidence to just rip into the bar, and so I can be a little bit more aggressive with the pull and really get after it. This right here is 205, and while it's not really that low, it felt like I was super low, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Is I've been just slowly working in some more deeper range of motion snatches. I say that as I'm like do that one to a very high power clean, but what do you do? Can't all be perfect. All right, we moved into log here. Just showing some of the warm-up sets. Great camera angles in here. I was really unfocused during this session. I'd had a big week with being a solo parent for 4 days, and then put a lot of expectations on myself with this workout to make it really awesome. And so kind of came in a little flustered, a little grouchy, and everything just wasn't quite feeling right. Like you can see my face, I'm just angry because this warm-up set at 240 felt like garbage. And that happens, but you move on from it and keep plugging away. It didn't really get any better after that, unfortunately. So as you'll see, I keep doing warm-ups and I keep failing, and that happens, and I wanted to kind of show that so that people can see what even like you can work through a crappy day. Like, took another set at this, I'm just super unhappy with it. So finally got through it, moved on. Now I'm at 260 for my final warm-up set, and it felt okay. Didn't feel awesome, but it is going better than I had been sitting there thinking about for a while. So I decided to continue on. Right before this set, I honestly considered moving on with my day and just being done working out. But it got worse. So this is 290. As you can see, I'm just super frustrated. Failed even cleaning it, and I don't know. I was having a tough time with it, honestly. Sped this up so you don't have to see me be a crybaby about it, but I just wasn't in the right headspace to this day. And there's days where that means that you just shut it down, take it another day, or you stop being a little bitch and you make it work. And I really thought that was going to go. And now here, I just continue to be a little bitch about it. So I went and sat in the corner for like 10 minutes and figured my brain out. Got myself back to normal. So fail it again. And honestly, if I can't even express words for this, because I think if I was actually coaching this dork of an athlete, I would have shut him down. But my dumbass continued on, and fourth time's a charm. Do a single at 290, and be like, yeah, here we go. Okay, we're back in it. So after that, I did went back, got to 300. It's ugly, but it moves. I'm supposed to be doing 3 sets of doubles here. I think I counted that 290 as like my one set, because I was like, well, I got 1 rep out of it, and now I can kind of move on with my day. This 320 is pretty alright. Um, a little over the place, but after all those fails you just watched me go through, honestly pretty impressed with it. That it's not total garbage. After that, I made the really bold choice to go to 320, thinking that I could do that for my final double before I do a single. Um, Nail this 320. That's probably the best looking rep I did all day, even all the way down to 240. Um, I was pretty jazzed about it. I go back to the log here way too fast. I should have gave myself a couple more breaths, because then the clean was a little tight, and I lose. I can feel it, like I don't have enough air, and I knew if I tried to press it, I was just gonna black out. So let her go back down, and in lieu of just the way that this day is going, I kept failing and kept going up, and I almost get 335 here. If we watch this, the dip is great, good speed, but then my back foot falls down, and I'm so close right there. What needs to happen is my front foot needs to get out a little bit farther. I need to get a little bit more bend in my back leg so that doesn't collapse. And yeah, then I got some nice bruises from that because I didn't want to wreck my log. I punished myself after that with a bunch of technique work. You know, what a mess of a day. And the fact that I even went that far is just like, when you're in the session, you're not really thinking about it, or at least I'm not. And maybe that's why I need to be a little bit more cerebral about it. But honestly, doing 335 and almost getting it, after how horrible the lead up to that was, I guess I'll kind of take it. But at the same time, I don't know. Probably should have just left it be. So I did technique work with my strict log press. And this is just so I can feel out that position. I really didn't like the way that my back leg looked on that press, so I'm trying to be sharp with it. I'm trying to feel this out and feel that I'm in the right positions to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Because failing log presses sucks because you go through all the work and my elbows still feel it, but you don't actually get the satisfaction of the press. So, well, we're moving on. This is the very next day. I do these two workouts back to back, Saturday and Sunday. So even though I had a really horrible Saturday, I decided I was going to have a really good Sunday. So, front squats paired with sandbag to shoulder. I love doing this. I think it's a lot of fun. It's not your typical dynamic effort, but it's been working super well for me. I've been really liking doing these tempo eccentric front squats, and then trying to be as fast up as I can. This is just another good way for me to gauge where my adductor is feeling, because I can generally move through a lot of things slowly, but going through things where I have to develop a lot of tension really fast, like sprinting, even just these front squats, doesn't seem to go as well. And so I'm getting somewhere with it. Doing these 225, 245 now. It's nothing crazy for me, but it's been working really well. Finally moved on up to 275, and this is where I went, okay, I'm finally getting somewhere with my front squat. I was a little way too fast on the tempo down, but this is the most weight I have free squatted, not to a box or to anything, in 6 months. So I'll take it all day long. After that, I'm moving into deadlifts, at 5 sets of 4 or actually, I take that back. I'm already misremembering my workout. So I had 2 sets of 4 and then 2 sets of 3, which, was a good solid workout for me. I've been for the first couple of sets of these, I paired them with a jump, just to try and get some more movement in, get a little bit more explosiveness in my workouts. And yeah, these depth jumps. Austin had this little pad set up so she could do some drawing up there on the workbench, and I just took it with me and you thought it was a good height for me to do some depth drop jumps, and worked well. Liked it, so I might be doing it again. Right here we got 480 for a set of four. Liked it, moved well. Um, turn this into our two jumps again. I you know it I I train a lot of my athletes like this. I try to be better about making sure that I do it myself. Sometimes I get a little caught up in just doing the movement, but adding in a jump of some sort, I think it's so beneficial for many athletes, strongman and regular athlete alike. And yeah, I highly recommend. So after that, we moved into our sets of three. So this is 500 on the axle bar, which honestly is a huge set for me. Uh, I'm I've just been in a bad place with deadlifting for a really long time, and to do over 500 on the axle for me is pretty nice. It's still a long ways to go in my in strongman and just like where people in my weight classes generally are deadlifting. There's a lot of monsters that deadlift a ton, and so I would like to be better at this, and so doing doing deadlifts with an axle, I feel like exposes a lot of stuff. It's way harder than a power bar. It's way harder than a deadlift bar, and so that's why I've been making it work, and it's been going well. After those, I've been doing block pulls. Last week I kept it easy because I wanted to take a couple good rips at that 360 sandbag. But this week I made sure that I got enough weight on the bar, so I'm up over 500 on that, and that's it for the week. Overall, great training week. Had a pretty shit Saturday with my log presses, but I turned it into something okay that I can kind of build upon, and not let it detract from everything that's going on. I know that now because, again, I'm really behind in editing this video, so I'm already done with 3 out of the 4 workouts for week 4, and I know that my week went pretty okay. So positive notes is, even though you're given an unideal circumstances, late night workout, doing 3 of my workouts in a row, having to deal with the stress of being a solo parent for the week, not putting any blame on my wife. She got to do work and all that. It just makes the day a little bit more challenging now, when you gotta take it all on yourself. And we made it through. It was a great week of training, all in all, and excited to get after week 4. So I'll see you all next time.